America, what is the legal age of maturity? Is it 16? Is it 18? Is it 21? Because I'm confused. At 18, you can vote, you can buy cigarettes, get a tattoo, a piercing, adopt a baby, buy a gun, and you can even enlist in the army. But you can't do the one thing that you want to do to celebrate all this stuff, and that's to have a drink. For many high school and college students, the legal age of drinking is just a number and not even a law for them. With drinking age being lowered from 21 back down to 18 of how it was, it would eliminate the problem that the forbidden fruit age brings along with it. By protesting change and advocating for it to the public to lower the legal age to consume and buy alcohol, binge drinking among college and high school campuses will be reduced, and a better understanding of alcohol consumption and its effects will bring along with it. U.S. News writes in May 7, 2014, that President Ronald Reagan signed into law the Federal Uniform Drinking Age Act of 1984. This was not fully brought across to all 50 states until 1988 due to the threat of their funding for highways being reduced. The theory that people are more mature at 21 than at 18 isn't true at all. Why does a pinpoint age when the mind decides when it wants to stop making decisions even make sense? We make mistakes all the time at any age, so when should a law actually make that? Why should our cognitive thinking and our morality determine at what age we can legally order a beer or a glass of wine at a restaurant? According to David J. Hansen of Indiana University, on February 25th, 2015, 2/3 of adult Americans are drinkers. That means that a third of our population, over 50%, is a big chunk of our citizens and that is a huge national issue that we need to come across. Drinking should be looked upon as a social gathering where people come together and celebrate accomplishments, not a contest of who can drink the most and who can get drunk the fastest. The minds of our youth are our future and they're essential to our survival. The long-term effects of them caused by excessive drinking at an early age will deteriorate them eventually. According to CNN's William Cohen on March 20th, 2014, 40% of college freshmen admitted that they engaged in binge drinking, 5 or more drinks on one occasion. Some 20% of college freshmen admitted that they drank even more, 10 to 15 drinks per drinking session. Binge drinking is a health issue on and off college campuses. And according to Ralph W. Hingsong from JSTOR on February 1988, 41% students reported binge drinking in the previous 2 weeks. That proportion is greater than has been reported by same-age non-students, 36%, and graduating high school seniors, 28%. In the Weltzler study, nearly half of those surveys were under 21. Prohibition has even taught us how abuse increases when it becomes illegal. Crime and binge drinking increase along with it. By lowering the drinking age, it will take out that forbidden feeling of underage drinking and it will make it less taboo. Many cultures do not look down upon drinking and let their children start drinking at a very young age even. There's a way of seeing it as just a drink and not a horrible misused substance. By showing them early on that it shouldn't be abused and how to control binge drinking, it will help. When it was legal for 18-year-olds to drink, students were more controlled in their usage. According to the Boston University website, Caleb Daniloff of October 21st, 2010 said, "Back in the 60s, we didn't feel a need to do that stuff because it was already legal." There are also TABC laws that counteract the law of 21 itself. If a parent or legal guardian wants to order a drink at a restaurant and their son or daughter happens to have a drink of it, it is perfectly legal for them to do so. Some restaurants even allow the children to order their own drink with their parent or legal guardian with them, with their own discord. It is that so the government has no right to invade if a family parents their kids, but it emphasizes how exemplifying controlled and calm behavior with drinking can show how to not abuse alcohol when they reach that legal age of drinking of 21. The process of getting the law passed will be a hard one, with protesting and signing petitions and showing the public the pros of doing so. By telling the public that the education of young children and teens has the effects of binge drinking and how it isn't a bad thing, it's just an abuse as anything can be, even with food, that it will give them more knowledge of the matter. It's a responsibility as a nation to protect each other, especially our youth. I'm not advocating that once a high schooler turns 18 that they can have a glass of wine or a bottle of beer right before class. But I'm saying that there must be extra checkpoints on the list of legalization that the citizen must pass. First, they must have a high school diploma so they can drink after their graduation because customary grad parties do. And second, they must complete the alcohol awareness course before they turn 18 to have the knowledge of its effects and why binge drinking is especially harmful in the long term. This can all not be done without our parents and our citizens of the United States. Without them, we cannot have this thing ratified.